Good morning, this is Heather from weddingsbyheather.com and the Flourish Academy. Today is Tuesday. I have a quick tip for you, but first, this evening we're having camera club at my home and we are photographing siblings, a 1-year-old and I think Zoe, Crystal, I don't know how old Zoe is. 4, is she 4? They are so cute. The weather looks like it's going to be nice. So Camera Club is just an informal meeting that we have once per month. It's just good, clean fun. We photograph something. You can ask any questions. It's really relaxed, laid back, easy. You get what you pay for. It's free. But I usually try to have some sort of lesson for you, or I tell you my settings or what I'm after. So we shoot together and it's fun. All you need to do is bring your camera. We have people of all levels. I have several, many friends that are hobbyists and they just want to hang out and take photos and learn more about their camera. I have a few people that are aspiring professionals, and then I have professionals that are friends of mine that just attend. So there's really a wide range of people, so you don't have to feel intimidated. It's just fun, easy, relax, nobody bites. Okay, so that's Camera Club. That's this evening at my house from 6:30 until 8 p.m. So hopefully you can make it. Okay, today's quick tip is about putting yourself out there more. And I have a few examples of why this is necessary. So in order for people to hire you, remember, they don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, and they buy what you believe in. And they have to have a way to connect with you. And if you don't give them a way to do that, then you're just another business and you are nameless and faceless in a sea in a crowd of other photographers. So how do you stand out? Well, first of all, I need to know who you are. So you have to post more of yourself and your photos. Okay, I have 3 or probably more examples of recent conversations that I've had with people about this. I feel so strongly about it that I had a 3-hour mentoring session last week where this is pretty much the basis of what we covered. Yes, we covered other things, but we talked about this a lot. Okay, let me step back for a minute. And I have a friend that contacted me. This is a different session. This is many months ago, probably earlier this year. And she said to me she just felt like she wasn't getting the business that she thought she should be. And she's a really good photographer. So I went to her Facebook page and I snooped around a little bit. Yep, photos are amazing. Went to her website, snooped around some more. I dug and I dug and I dug. And about after, I don't know, 85,000 clicks, I found this teeny tiny little photo of her, and I said to her, I looked everywhere to try to get to know you and find out more about you, not that you just take beautiful photos, and it took me 85,000 clicks. Are you in witness protection? Is that the problem here? Because I don't understand why you wouldn't put yourself out there more. And of course she laughed, and I said, nobody knows who you are. You are completely faceless to your audience. So I encouraged her to put a photo of herself on her Facebook business page. There's some debate as to whether or not that needs to be your profile photo. Some people use their logo, which I think is okay. My opinion is that they're hiring you, not your logo. So I put my face there because they want to connect with a person and they want to know that you're real. So I would encourage you to put your photo somewhere on your Facebook page. People need to know who you are. And then maybe use that same photo across all your platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, anywhere that you connect with your clients, you need to have a photo of yourself. And if it's the same one, all the better, because then they recognize you. I had someone come up to me in Sephora a few months ago and say to me, "Are you Heather?" And I was like, I am Heather, thank you. And she said, "Your Weddings by Heather. I recognize you from your profile," which was crazy because I retouched the crap out of that photo. But she recognized me. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to put your photos. Okay, so that's kind of straightforward and basic, wouldn't you think? But so then why aren't you doing it? Let me tell you another story. There's this photographer that has been following me for quite some time. And it's a business name, and they were always so kind to me, and they would like everything and post nice comments, and I loved this business. And I would go to their website and I would dig and dig and dig and dig, and I couldn't tell if this was a male, a female, a group of photographers. Like, there was no way. There were no clues, no pronouns used, could not figure it out. Dug around. Okay, still liked them, but I was confused as to why I didn't know who they were. All right. So fast forward many months, maybe even close to a year later, I become friends with this person on Facebook that I also really like. She's a photographer, and we just hit it off, and we're talking. She also comments and likes everything's great. Okay, but I met her in person for the first time this summer when she came to one of Leanne's workshops. So I knew who she was, right? And I recognized her from her personal Facebook. Did you know that I did not know that that business and that person were the same thing? I did not know that for years. And I told her, at least I think I told her, unless I thought it in my mind, but I'm like, how could I not know that you were that business? That doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? You have to put your name everywhere because I can't connect with you. People have to be able to connect, or you are just lost in a sea of business. Okay, that aside, again, I think pretty straightforward and basic. Put your face on things so people recognize you. But even more importantly, you have to share a little bit about yourself. I understand the need for privacy, and there are some of us that have extreme needs for privacy. They don't want to share anything, and there are others of us that shares everything. And that's okay. I'm not asking you to do something you're not comfortable with, but they have to know that you are a real human. So you have to post more about yourself. And the more transparent you are, the more endeared people will become to you, and they just get to know you on a different level. But also, you give them material. And material in terms of a way to connect with you. So maybe you love sushi. I love sushi. We had sushi last night. So I talk about how much I love sushi. But then I might meet somebody who's like, oh, I share your affinity for sushi. And we talk about it. But had I never posted that or shared about it, they would have no way to connect with me. And people are searching for common ground. And if they can find common ground with you, they may hire you over the next person regardless of the photos. I'm sure some of you have had this happen. I had a bride hire me once because my website was pink, and I liked lace. I wore a lot of lace. So she was like, you're the person for me, regardless of the photos. Seems a little silly, but it's true. If you're not putting yourself out there and you don't have photos of yourself plastered everywhere, then you're going to have trouble. And so then the next argument is, well, it's hard for me to self-promote. I can't self-promote. I don't want to put my photo everywhere. It just feels obnoxious. Hey, looky here. You have to get over it, or you cannot be an entrepreneur. You have to get over it and put yourself out there where nobody can connect with you. So either you decide to not care about that and you do it, or you don't get business. I don't know. I guess the choice is yours. Mandy says, hers is a profile photo, the one I took, thank you. And Christy says, mine is also one I took, thank you, at Camera Club. Right, and that was just a quick snapshot that we took. We had a Camera Club evening where we learned about killer headshots. I said that you should learn how to take a killer headshot, one photo of people, one photo. If you could get one amazing photo of someone, they will love you forever. So my friend Alyssa just joined. Good morning. May I use you as an example? Oh, thank you. Alyssa is really good at putting herself out there in terms of her personality. Now listen, she keeps private things private, but what she shares, like for instance, she has a dog named Peggy, and she adores Peggy, and guess what? So do her clients. So she uses Peggy in her marketing, which is brilliant. Brilliant, because Peggy is finally starting to earn her keep. But Alyssa sends these cute cards that she makes for her clients, and I have been the lucky recipient of a few of those. And it's Peggy, and then, you know, she writes a personal note. She sends 1-year anniversary cards to her clients with Peggy, with champagne. She poses this dog everywhere. It's hilarious, and it's so cute. Alyssa, this is so smart on your part. And you know that Leanne and I have both been encouraging you to let your personality shine because you're so fun and people need to connect with that. And when you do, they love you and they're super endeared to you. Now, that's easy to see on the wedding day because you're interacting with them. But the point is, how can I get that across on my website, on my communications, anywhere that I'm at on Facebook? And you're really, really good at it and you just need to own it. So just say, yes, I am good at it, thank you. Because remember what I said to you? I was so envious of your ability to do that because I really wish I could put Marianne Chicken on everything, but he just didn't fit the Weddings by Heather brand. It didn't make sense. But for you using Peggy, so smart. But that puts your personality out there and that shows what you value and what you care about. So guess what? People who love dogs are really going to connect with you and they're going to be super endeared with you. Common ground is everything, but you've given that to them. And had you not shared it, they wouldn't be able to find that common ground. So you have to put your photo everywhere, a headshot of you, a killer headshot. Because listen, you're a photographer. And if you don't have a killer headshot of yourself, why in the name of Mike would I hire you? You have to have a nice photo of yourself so that I can see, okay, number one, you're a person. And number two, you care about good photography. So yeah, I'm gonna hire you. This is a good point though, Alyssa, thank you for saying that. She thanked me and then she said she receives a lot of criticism and she ignores it. And that's exactly what you need to do. Of course you're going to receive criticism. This is a great point. And that's why some people remain private, because they fear that vulnerability and they fear the criticism. So rather than put themselves out there, what they believe, what they love, what they do, they just, you know, keep this wall, this veil between themselves and their business. But I'm telling you, it's a mistake. It's just a mistake in terms of how much business you're going to get. So I'm not saying you do whatever you want. I don't care. But I'm imploring you to put more of yourself out there and let your personality shine through. For years, I would not say anything about Jesus because I didn't want to offend anyone. How ridiculous is that? I love Jesus, and you're going to know about it and you're going to hear it. Is that going to repel some people? Of course. And then they'll find somebody else that's a better fit for them, and that is fine. But then for the people who maybe love Jesus, who are attracted to that or interested in it, interested in my passion, then maybe they'll come to me. Okay, great. But you can't be just neutral. Don't just try to be vanilla. It's not going to work. You cannot be vanilla in a pumpkin spice world. It's not going to happen. Chrissy says, forget the haters, Peggy rules. Peggy is so cute. I named 4 of my chickens after her because they all look the same. They're white with black spots like Peggy, so they're named Peggy, 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 and Peggy. Alyssa says it also gives you something to talk about with your clients. They follow you, they see what you stand for, and it's a great conversation starter. That's exactly right. It makes conversations easy because you have given them material. But if you don't give them any material and they don't know you, you could be sitting across the table from them and have nothing to talk about. Yes, you could generate conversation, but it's so much easier when people come up to me and say, hey, how are the chickens? Or how are your homestead? Or what's going on with your mom, you know, when she was sick? So whatever, it gives them something to talk about. And if you don't give them that, I think you're missing an opportunity because someone else is. And it's easier to connect with a face and a real person and someone who is sharing at least a part of their personal life. Again, I understand the need for privacy. There are a lot of people that just want to keep everything private. But when I see someone who is completely locked down private, my impression of that is if you're not in the witness protection program, then you have something to hide and you're elite. It makes me feel like you think you're better than everyone else because you're not going to share your life. And not that anybody would be. That may not be the case. In fact, it's probably not the case, but that's the way it appears to me because you're so locked down private. Oh, they must think they're better, they're faster, they're smarter than me, or they have something to hide. Kayla says, do you share on your business Facebook or personal Facebook or both? Yes. I hope to be a good example of sharing everything. Maybe some of you think that I overshare, but I am extraordinarily transparent with who I am, what I stand for, what I believe, why I do it, because I am the same person over here when I am in my muck boots in the chicken yard as I am over here when I'm getting all fancied up to shoot a wedding. I am the same person, same, and I want people to see that. So I share everything everywhere. Chrissy says she uses video. A lot of people relate to high school sweethearts. Yes, especially in the wedding industry. She said that was the best decision she's ever made. She loves looking at photographer bios, and so do your clients. Remember, I've said this before, that the About page is the second most visited page on your website. People are looking for a way to connect with you. I went to a couple About pages recently, no photo of the photographer. Or sometimes not a great photo, a cell phone photo or just an older photo. Please, I beg of you to get an updated killer headshot. Barter with a friend, another photographer, or pay someone for a quality one. Just get a nice photo of yourself up there. Jody says, I would think it would be more important to be real in our industry because people know so much about how things can be manipulated with Photoshop. So being too perfect might push people away. That is true. Mandy says she still needs to update her About page. Yikes. But you have a photo of yourself, right? Yeah, and Ashley says, yes, Jody, that is very true. Be transparent and be real. People will be attracted to that. Have I said this before? I can't remember. I know I've said it in mentoring sessions, but why do you think The Biggest Loser is such a phenomenon? Because people want to go on the journey with you. And that means that you're sharing parts of your life that are not perfect because they want to see how you progress. Yes, hi, Shawnee. Yes, Stella, you need to do your About page. Absolutely a killer photo, not an average photo. Your photographer. This reminds me of the makeup artist who came to a wedding without makeup. Then I'm lost. I hope that you found this useful. Share more of yourself. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.